Part of another Plan 6 parts video. Welcome to the last part of tr6 gearbox rebuild. Alright, so we have the top section done. We're going to just eventually, I just tapped in the oil seal here. Again, just tap that in with something. It just sits down so it sits on the seat. That's pretty straightforward. So what we're going to do is we're going to put the gearing in. So I'm going to spray this a bit. A tiny bit of WD-40 here as well. You can put gear oil, but just enough just to make it slide in. Obviously, this hole here has to line up with this one here. You should be able to just tap it home nice and easy. And then we have our bolt to go through. Where is it? It's similar to this one here. It's similar to the other one. It's a long thread with that little notch in the end of it. There is a washer to go into it. I believe it's... Actually, this one calls for two, believe it or not. It calls for a lock washer and the flat one. Now, the flat one could be a copper one. I have to double check that one. But I'm going to just put this in here for the moment. I can always swap it out if need be. As I said, if it's a copper one, I'll swap it out. I'm not 100% sure again. So that's the gearing in there. Obviously, you want to make sure it sits freely. Obviously, if there's any issue in there, it should line itself up with the gears as it goes down and slot into position. Obviously, you just want to make sure it springs freely in there to begin with. All right, so let's put our counter shaft on. So which way are we facing here? This way. Yeah, this way. So this I will tap on with a mallet. There we go. Sorry, so you can see. Sorry, there's a little glare in the camera. There's probably a bit of grease in my fingers when I touch the camera. So I'm just going to go nice and easy with it. Obviously, mainly because of the gear, and I want to make sure that goes in because it's only plastic. I don't want to ruin it. Now, when I get it so far down, what I'm actually going to do is I'm actually going to use the nuts to try get it the rest of the way. Oh, not there yet. There we go, just have enough, just a bite. And I'm obviously going to go corner to corner. Of course, remember, I had a nice spray paint job done here, and of course my greasy hands are all over it, so there's a good chance I'll have to wipe it off and maybe touch it up again. Let's give it another little final coat. That's all said and done. That's not the right one. Missing one. 2, 3, 4, 5. Check that the right one's in there. So I have to be mindful. I have to. Now there is two screws. There's one with a collar and one without a collar. Now I have myself thinking, it's the one with the collar on this end or this end. No, I'm trying to remember now. This has no collar. Now I have to look quickly on the computer to see is it the collar or the non-collar that's actually there. These things happen, so all right. But it looks like the collared ones go on here. I should just count it to see how many was which. This has a collar. That doesn't. That doesn't. That doesn't. That does. That does. Does it make a difference? Not really. You can get away with it. There should only be 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 of them without a collar then. So that's a collar. Okay, that was correct. Sorry, I had to go check to make sure I actually had the right ones in the right spot. This one has a collar, so one of these is wrong. This one, that's it. This one's in. Simple little things. So obviously I had to go check. I should have checked beforehand before I started the video, so this one doesn't, so there should be one more with a collar. There's 2, 4, 6. I guess I'm missing one. So I'm missing one for the front then. There's a fell on the floor. There's the 6 here. 1, 2. Alright, well, let me get these in for now. Ratchet. I have this one on just enough to get a bite. Of course, it's the worst of them. Alright. Obviously, one of them has gone missing. It's here somewhere. Probably fell off the table onto the floor. Yeah, there's a torque setting. I'm going to worry that at the very end I'll go back over because I want to actually touch it up with paint because these bolts I'm putting in are not exactly the cleanest. So I'll put them in and I'll eventually I'll torque them up and then I'll put a bit of paint on them just to make sure they stay nice and clean. Or at least don't rust again. Actually, I have to get the drill into this one. Alright, one more has to go in there and I don't know where it's gone. Going for a walk somewhere. All right, next thing to do then is to put our flange on top. So, a little bit of WD-40 there. A mallet. And that's it. And the nut. Now remember, for the one up here, for this, there is no actual washer for here. Doesn't stop when you putting it on. This looks like it'll probably go a tiny bit further. But it'll go on once I get this nut on. This is a lock nut, but it doesn't state a washer. The other one actually has a washer for the early ones that have the split pin. This doesn't show a washer, but well, there's no reason why you couldn't put one in. Again, I'm not going to torque that down yet because it's not going to make much of a difference. I'll wait till it's actually flat down. So the last thing to do then is to put the front cover on. I still can't find that. Still can't find that bolt. It's somewhere. It will turn up. I have a load of them anyway. It will turn up somewhere and I'll put it in. Alright, now the front cover. So obviously you want to make sure that it actually lines up with the shafts, because if everything's put back together right, it should just slide in nice and easy. Look at that, beauty. So what I'm going to do as well, I'm just going to put a bit of WD-40 on here. Again, it will get some oil in there, but I just want to have something on it before it does get oil. Now, if by chance I'm wrong, and again, I'm going with the diagrams. I go by the diagrams. I go by sometimes the different suppliers, and they show a picture of the bolt. Sometimes the image shows whether it has a collar or not. Some do, some don't. This one showed it didn't. But again, I won't know until well, no, I'll have to go back in my own video and see what it wasn't when it came out. And the last two for the front. Just be mindful as well of your gasket. Sometimes it's easy to put these through the gasket because the gasket doesn't always line up, let's face it. If it doesn't line up, you'll end up either pushing the gasket in or rip it and tear it, which you don't want to do. But yeah, I haven't put sealer on the bottom because I can always take it back off, and when I'm fully done and anybody has a look at it, because this one's now going to be for sale, then they can actually all seal it properly. Like I said, but I want to touch over with a bit of paint as well. Most likely I'll put the gear stick on. I was spraying it over here, just the thing. Look, there on the TV. Yay! Yes, I use the TV because the amount of times I've done video and got myself in the way and you couldn't see, so now I use the TV so I can see, so every time I look at it, to know to get out of the way. Other than the missing bolt here, the collar one, I don't know where that's gone. I might have got mixed up with the other ones, but you know what? It's not going to do any harm. I'm going to put one of the non-collared ones in, just to have it in anyway. And eventually, I know it will turn up somewhere. All right. So that should be it. Let me just move some stuff and we'll put the gearbox down. I'll get some grease off my hands. Okay. So one last thing I wanted to say, and it was pointed out to me, and it is correct. And again, that's why I say about putting the comments up. Is the the cover here, the cover that's in here, these bolts here, are actually meant to be copper washers. As I said, the ones down here can be either flat or lock washers. These are meant to be copper. I put the lock ones in. Now you can get away with it. Don't get me wrong, but it does say it's meant to be copper washers. So anyway, that's it. That's our gearbox put back together. Obviously, it'd be nice if I was able to try a little better. Now, if you had a setup, I suppose you could put it on. I could put it on something and actually put it in gear. So I just had to tighten up this bolt to the back and give it another little spray around to clean up. But that's pretty much it. That's how we assemble it back together. I still have to find out where the nut went there. That's it. So it's looking pretty good. It's nice, clean, shiny. Everything new in there, rebuilt. Obviously that's your reverse. There is another one on the far side. This can take an overdrive unit because this one has another opening, but there's a blanker to go in there. It's a short little bolt, a little stubby one that's really short that goes in. It just blocks this hole, and I can't find it anywhere. I don't know where it's gone. Again, because I mixed everything up, I can't find it. So worst comes to the worst, I'll do like this one, and I'll just put 2 sensors in there. But I'll just get the blanker for it anyway. But no, that's it. Apart from my dirty fingerprints in it. Thanks for watching the videos. I hope it was helpful. And again, any comments, questions, concerns, give me a shout. I'll try to help you as best I can. And I appreciate the feedback. Again, if I ever missed anything, if I get something slightly wrong, by all means, throw a comment in there. If you have any additional information to add in, or if you any suggestions or anything, by all means. I mean, it's an open world. I always say, throw a comment up there. Obviously, just keep it clean and respectful. But yeah, it's a world of information how to help each other. So yeah, I hope you can follow this and tackle your own gearbox and rebuild it. And if you haven't seen it by now, I have to put the other plug in there. This one will be for sale, so if you look at the Tr6 Parts website, there's a link there to the online British Parts, and you will find that there. So then again, you could be watching this and it could have been sold a long time ago. So again, thanks for watching, and see you in the next bunch of videos where we'll tackle something else. Thanks for watching.